The theme for today's Czar's Top Shelf is Impervious Excellence. Impervious because regardless of what was taking place, either inside or outside of the particular country of which this concert was held, those in attendance refused to be judged and celebrated. And excellence because of the music that inspired said celebration. Of course, I'm talking about the Russian progressive, symphonic, power, folk metal band Catharsis in their October 15th, 2022 concert in Moscow, Russia. Even though I don't speak any Russian, I actually listen to quite a bit of Russian music, mostly metal. And my favorite band has been Catharsis since the first time I heard them, probably more than 20 years ago. Catharsis, they've been around for 25 years or longer at this point. And originally they tried to make it in some non-Russian countries, going as far as to release their album Imago in an English language version, like just redoing the vocals and everything in English. And while that was a cool thing to try, it just didn't work, unfortunately. Well, you know what? Not even unfortunately. Fortunately, it didn't work. The rest of the world just didn't embrace Catharsis like they had hoped, and they decided they're better off making music in Russian for Russian audiences. And I think that was, quite honestly, a smart decision. Everything they have done since then, including their live performances, like the one we're going to watch in a moment here, it has been absolute top shelf. Top shelf albums, top shelf live performances. They've really excelled as a band once they've just committed to embracing the fact that they're a Russian band for Russian people. I think that's really fantastic, and it's really unique. A lot of bands just won't settle for that. And you say settle for it as if that's like a negative thing. It's got a negative connotation. I think it's just a matter of identifying where their strengths are and exceeding in those strengths. And Catharsis certainly did that. In the last 20 years, I purchased everything I could get my hands on by Catharsis. I think I've got all of their official albums and EPs, except for the one that came out last year. It was like a symphonic re-recording of a lot of their classic hits and favorites from their 25-year career. And the only reason I don't have that is because I haven't been able to find anybody in the United States that's selling it. It's pretty tough to get Catharsis in the United States. Let me brag for just a moment. Let me show you what I got. Like I said, I don't speak Russian, but I think I got these in the right order. These are like their first two EPs that were released, Dia and Fabris Erotica. I've got the Russian release of Imago and the English language version of Imago. Another EP. Great 2-disc live album. And another. This album from 2020, maybe it was 2019. This is my favorite. Like I was saying earlier, they just got better and better as time went on. This is kind of like their last release of original material, and it is just so damn good. If you could find this, you won't regret it. Even if you don't think you're interested in Russian music, this album is just absolute top shelf. You could pick any song from this, and I could do a whole video just on that song. And then I also have this live DVD as well. This is from 2005. They have progressed so much since then in their live performances. Just wait till you see what I'm going to show you in a minute here. Okay, enough of all that. I got to get to the concert. The concert itself is over 2 hours long, and I'm going to cut a lot of it out. I'm going to skip through it, but I know this video is going to be at least an hour long. So before I get to it, I just got to set the stage so you know what you're watching here. So like I said, October 15th, 2022. That's like 6 months after Putin invaded Ukraine. About that, 6 months, give or take. Right now, today, in July of 2024, the world still doesn't really like Russia very much. But 6 months after the invasion, the world hated Russia. In many people's eyes, they were like worse than North Korea for whatever bizarre reason. But what makes this remarkable is that this is a concert, a performance of absolute top shelf excellence. The band is on point like no other band. And the audience, you see ordinary people, ordinary Russian people just joyfully celebrating the music of Catharsis, when outside of this arena that this is taking place in, the world hates them without even knowing who they are. I'm not trying to correlate anything here between Catharsis and the invasion of Ukraine, or I'm not speaking on behalf of Russia or the Ukraine or the United States. I only speak on behalf of John Zaremba. I'm just going to give you my observation of what I'm seeing here. There's no like Russian flags in the concert. This is not like a nationalistic performance by any stretch of the imagination. This is a celebration of the people of Russia, not necessarily the government of Russia. But it is extremely Russian. And I just, regardless of what you think of Russia or the invasion of Ukraine, I think this is a fascinating look into the humanity of Russia, seeing people enjoying such top shelf, high caliber music and an exceptionally expensive performance. When you see just the amount of work and planning that went into this performance, it's just utterly mind-boggling. And I think it's insightful for people outside of Russia to see the humanity of the Russian people and to see the joy and the smiles and a lot of young faces in this audience. Young faces for a band that's 25 years old. I mean, like, I'm pushing 50. I'm the kind of person that should be a fan of Catharsis, and you're going to see like teenagers and stuff in the audience. All right, I'm talking too much again. Let me shut up and get right to this. I'm going to move to another room because this little computer I've got here can't even handle the majesty of this performance. I got to go to a bigger computer. Hold tight. All right, here we go. Just so you know right off the bat, this is all free on YouTube. I wouldn't be streaming this. I'm not breaking any copyright laws or anything like that. If I was able to pay for this performance, I would. If there was a DVD or something released, I'd buy it, but there is nothing like that. So I'll put a link to the video description. I'll put a link to the video in the description so you could watch this entire thing on your own time. I definitely recommend you do that. And I recommend it with headphones because it's a wonderful stereo recording. It sounds fantastic. You can see everybody getting set up here. The sound check's going on. There's a full orchestra. I didn't tell you that before, but you can see there's a bunch of people on stage. The band themselves, there's 7 people in the band, but on top of those 7 people, there's like a dozen or so people in the orchestra and a conductor all on stage at the same time. That's what I was talking about. The production value of this is fantastic. You'll see the audience start to file in. I just love the audience, and this is going to sound strange to a lot of you, but I love how normal the audience looks. I mean, they're just like regular, young, clean-cut people. When you go to a metal show here in the United States or just about anywhere, it just looks like a bus station half the time. No battle vests. There's no scenesters. You'll see people with Catharsis shirts on, maybe some area shirts on, but in general, they're just people that love the music. That's Oleg, I always forget how to pronounce his last name. Zylyakov. Oleg Zylyakov is the singer. And then there's another Oleg. Oleg Mishin is the guy that plays guitar and flute, and that's him, Oleg Mishin right there. He's the composer of most of the songs as well. The first song you're going to hear, it translates to "Who Are You?" And it's basically a song about discovering ourselves. It mentions that we can feel like actors on a stage or players in a game. The world's lies can trick you into trading pain for joy, but none of it's true if you know who you really are. It's such a fantastic and very effective first song. Again, considering this is 6 months after the invasion of Ukraine, when the world hated Russia. Really great song to open with. Here we go.
Gotta
Awesome, awesome. Next song is going to be called Time of Losses. It's probably my favorite Catharsis song from their last album. I play this on an infinite loop, this song. But it's a song about being in a desperate situation. Life's got you cornered. You're calling for help from both angels and demons, not knowing who to turn to, but remaining faithful to your dreams despite there being losses everywhere. Again, a very appropriate song given the time of this performance. You're going to see Olga Petrova on the violin. She's a newer member to the band. She's been with them for a few years, but she's pretty cool. There she is.
По чистой воде, не лететь и сердечным тайнам, не вести золотой песок, загоняет в угол отчаянно жизни острый жадный клинок. Наступает время потерь, ангелы добрые, где вы теперь? Демоны буйные, где вы теперь? Дождь вьюга стучатся в дверь. Как торопится время потерь, я еще не нашел все, что должен найти. Помоги. Час пришел отдавать, что взято, навсегда оказалось долг. Ветер мой на дорогах распятый, воет словно подстреленный волк. Мне навстречу нашедший счастье, мне навстречу смех и любовь. Низко кланяюсь им не напрасно, в жизни много углов и клинков. Все вместе! Наступает ангелы добрые, где вы теперь? Демоны буйные, где вы теперь? Дождь вьюга стучатся в дверь. Как торопится время потерь, я еще не нашел все, что должен найти. Помоги. Будут брошены, забыты, поняты и убиты, будут преданы, но ныне, как и все мы, не повторяем. Наступает ангелы добрые, где вы теперь? Демоны буйные, где вы теперь? Дождь вьюга стучатся в дверь. Как торопится время потерь, я еще не нашел все, что должен найти. Помоги. солнцу тысячи лодок, верных счастью, любви и мечте.
So good. I absolutely love the melody to that song. Man, and just the everything about this recording of this performance is great too. I mean, multiple camera angles. They got the fisheye circular 360 lens over the orchestra, the screens in the back, and the stage evolves as time goes on too. This is really, really cool. The next song we're going to listen to, I'm going to skip forward just a bit. It's called I'll Return, and it's about an artist that was called to war. And while he's at war, he just wants nothing more than to return to his homeland and perform his art, basically. But while he's away, apparently, and this is my best understanding of the meaning of the song, while he's away, though, people started saying different things about him and spreading rumors and lies about him, about his life and who his allegiance was for. And he wants nothing more than just to finish the war, to win the battle so he could return home afterwards and just set everybody straight. I may have completely misunderstood, but my translation of the lyrics, that's what this one's about. This is going to be I'll Return.
Я знаю точно, что опять вернусь
Damn, that is so damn good. All right, next song up is going to be called Heart of the World. This is the song that first hooked me on Catharsis way back I don't know, could be 20 years ago, I forget. But it's a song about withstanding pain and embracing joy because your feelings and your experiences are also being shared by the world or the planet that you live on. Basically, Earth's heartbeat, I guess you could call it Gaia if you believe in that. Earth's heartbeat is within you, so it's all a shared experience. The song asks you to call on to greater things, beings of nature, so wolves, birds of prey, for guidance on how to live. So if you're struggling, think of I hate to say the word like predators, but the advanced beings of nature and look towards them for guidance. So here comes Heart of the World.
Вот сейчас я чувствую, как в этом зале бьется сердце с нами в такт. Сердце! Сердце!
And if you hear some noise in the background, I got a dog that's chewing on a bone back here. So speaking of wolves, right behind me, there's one eating a bone right now. You can't see him, but trust me, he's there. I got to give the conductor credit too. That's an old guy standing on his feet for well over 2 hours for this performance. They used to have a really sexy female conductor. I'm not sure where she went, but right before this era, they switched over to this old guy. That's okay, he's good, but I like looking at the chick better. Just got to point out some of the t-shirts I see in the audience that this is heartwarming for me, but seeing somebody at a metal show wearing an E.T., the extraterrestrial, the Steven Spielberg movie shirt in the audience, in like the front row, that's amazing to me. Hard Rock Cafe shirts in the audience. That's what I like about this. And it's a small selective group. You saw at the beginning, it's not a huge amphitheater. This is a small selective group that are just devoted to this music. And they're putting on this expensive performance for a small group of people. I'm sure the tickets were justified. You know, the cost of the tickets justified the elaborate recording and miking and the camera work and the screens in the background and all the other stuff you're going to see later on. But to me, it's just really, really cool to see an intimate audience in a prestigious setting like this. It's not some shitty club, you know, on the corner. This is like an actual venue. It's called the Vegas venue, so they even gave it like a fancy American name. So pretty damn cool. I'm gonna skip ahead. This next one, let's see, where are we gonna go? We're gonna go to a song that's, I'm not sure if I'm translating this correctly. It's either Next is Silence or it might be Silence Flows. I'm not sure how it's pronounced in how it's translated in English. And it's kind of vague, my understanding of this, but essentially it's like not knowing if you need angels or demons to aid you in your path. Kind of similar to, you know, what we were listening to earlier with Time of Losses. Not sure, angels or demons, they're both equally valuable in certain circumstances. The angels, the problem here is the angels don't understand human nature. They're aloof from all that. So all that you can do is just choose one or the other in whatever circumstances suit you best. And essentially fly into the void is what I get from the translation. So do with that what you will. Here comes Next is Silence, or possibly it's Silence Flows. I'm skipping way ahead. So we are at 23 minutes of this performance. I'm going all the way up an hour and 12 minutes in. So we're way ahead in the performance. Here it comes. Oh, and it's snowing. Yes, there's snow on stage in Russia, of all places. In October, in Russia. It looks beautiful. You'll really get a taste of Olag's voice in this song. I mean, he's an amazing singer. You could hear these melodies are all very Russian, and that might be why they didn't appeal to an English audience, but his voice should convince people. His voice convinced me, and I don't speak Russian. But he really shines in this ballad.
Я ошибся, разделяя жизнь и смерть. Даже небу грань не просто разглядеть. Даже ангелы враг
hope you guys can appreciate this like I do. I don't even know who is watching this video right now, but this is fantastic music as far as I'm concerned. I'm skipping forward a little bit to the song Imago from the album Imago. That's the one that they did in English at a certain point. From what I understand, Imago is basically another way of saying like the final adult form, like ultimate maturity or reaching a certain point in your own evolution or something like that. And the song talks about like reaching a state of bliss, but still feeling restless, accomplishing everything you intended to accomplish, but still wanting more, not being satisfied. So when you get to that state of imago, that state of ultimate maturity, finding more difficult challenges to continue to challenge you in your older years of life. I'm completely embellishing some of that, but that's my understanding when I look at the translated lyrics. So let me skip a little bit forward into this one here. We're going to an hour and 20 minutes in now.
Веру
So good, man. I just absolutely love just the excellence in performance. Being able to play that. I've never picked up a guitar, but I'm a retired musician and I recognize skill when I see it. An hour and 15 minutes into a concert, playing those complicated arpeggios and neoclassical bits, man, I just absolutely love it. All right, skipping forward a little bit further, we're going to Xanadra. And my understanding of this song, this is maybe more of a traditional love song. It's about someone that worked hard to win this person's heart, a woman's heart, and he lost her. And he's trying to become the hero he was that won her over in the first place. Again, that's my understanding of this song. I might be botching it completely. But here we go, moving forward. Now we're up to an hour and 43 minutes in. You're going to see that, they're kind of starting to have a little bit of fun now anyway. I mean, they're always having fun, the band. But they really loosen up at this point of the performance. You'll see what I mean. Here we go.
Песня нашей любимой испанской группы, наших больших друзей группы Mago de Oz.
Anyone that says that Russian people don't smile, maybe on the street they don't smile when you walk past. I know that's the stereotype, but these people are smiling. Everyone here is having a great time.
Носит название Ксанандра, что в переводе на русский язык Оленька. Ксанандра! Одиночество и сомнения, сам не ведаю, что творю. Только
The thing with this that is impressive to me is none of their expressions are the slightest bit contrived. I mean, the happiness that you're seeing on stage, if you look at Olga's face right there, like that's not a fake smile. The fun that they're having is sincere. With a lot of metal bands, the reason I don't like live music much at all in general, and I really dislike heavy metal live because it's always just so rehearsed. And yeah, these songs are rehearsed, but I just mean like the impression that the band is conveying to the audience. It's like an act. It's something it's a mask that they put on. These guys aren't wearing any masks. They're being themselves. They're enjoying themselves on stage. All the while, I keep saying this over and over, but all the while the world like hates their country. They're inside this exquisite hall performing, fantastic music, celebrating life as humans. The humanity is being celebrated. Meanwhile, like everyone just demonizes them for no reason. I don't know if you can appreciate that. I certainly find that very inspiring. We're going to skip forward a little bit, and you're going to see them, like I said, in terms of like being sincere and not playing up to like a lot of the metal contrivances. We're going to skip forward to a song called Wings. In English, it's called Wings. And it's about fallen angels either standing beside or becoming warriors on the battlefield. It's hard for me to understand when I translate it. But basically, the fallen angels are waiting for the opportunity to return home. And the song is about giving them that opportunity, give them their wings so they could return home. Without that, the fallen angels are like wingless shadows. And a lot of them apparently, again, rough time for me with the lyrics, but a lot of them have just been existing on the earth for thousands of years, waiting for their time, their opportunity to return home. So this is after a brief intermission, this song. I'm going 1 hour and 53 minutes into the performance, and they've already had a wardrobe change. So you'll see what they look like when they come out. And like I said, they are breaking all metal cliches. There's like nothing metal about this. Metal, in quotes, metal about this, and yet it transcends heavy metal in my opinion. Here we go. This is Wings. They're coming back on the stage now. Here they come. One more thought popped in my head before you see what these guys look like when they come back on stage. There's a lot of bands out there, some of them are metal, most of them aren't metal, that don't know how to strike a balance between fun and seriousness. They go one direction or the other. They're either ultra serious or they're just kind of like goofy and retarded, like Dragon Force or one of those kind of bands where it's all just kind of absurd and you can't take them seriously because they're just being clowns on stage. Catharsis has the right balance for me. The balance of being loose and fun and spontaneous and living in the moment when you perform while doing it with sincerity and heart. And maybe it's just an orchestra behind them that represents that sincerity and that stoicism, if you will. But I see it with the members of the band too. I'm talking too much. Let me just go ahead and play this. But they're going to come out, and I don't know anything about sports. I think sports is weird. It doesn't make sense to me. In the United States, anyone that listens to heavy metal doesn't participate in sports. It's like two separate things. And I know like in Eastern and Western Europe, that's different. Sports is maybe more of an acceptable thing for people that are into the arts or whatever, into whatever. But they come out in like soccer football uniforms, which is strange. Hang on a second. Let me just show you this. Just wait 1 second. Don't go anywhere. All right, forgive me. We're going to get to Wings. Please forgive me. But just check out Catharsis's. Check out the website for Catharsis. It's just another thing I like about this band. So I'm talking about these sporting shirts, soccer, football shirts. You could actually buy them. They have their own, stuff on them, and it looks like you're part of a team if you buy this stuff. But they got all kind of shirts and everything, which is cool. Most bands have shirts, but they've got a variety of shirts. And again, they're selling this to a Russian audience. Like a lot of bands will, produce interesting merchandise because they sell it internationally. They tour throughout the world, so it gives them something to sell at all the venues when they're touring, 50, 100 different shows in a given season or whatever. But they got all this stuff just for Russian audiences. Scarves, hats. Look at all the different shirt designs they have, okay? So that's shirts. That's cool in itself, right? But it gets a little bit stranger here. Let me see. Oh, shoot. I should have translated this into English. Let's see if it lets me do that. Yeah, it does. We're going to English. Here we go. Okay. So, you got all the CDs and stuff like that. As soon as it loads, all the music. Okay, that's all fine. We all know about that. That's nothing unique. But let's go to some of the weird stuff. What is printing? So calendars, posters. Posters is not too uncommon, but calendars is strange. No other band makes calendars. Books and magazines. Just look at all this stuff. I wish I could read what this book is about. I would love to know what the book. I have no idea. Because I don't read or speak Russian. Tickets for stuff, of course, digital content. Some of this exclusive stuff is strange. I'm not even sure. These are chocolate, but they look like bowling pins, kind of, or bottles. But it's the band members on chocolate, wrapped chocolate foil. I mean, that's a very Russian thing in itself, but it's just so unique. No other band does anything, even Christmas bulbs and stuff like that. I made fun of Manowar when they were selling Christmas bulbs one year, but I won't make fun of Catharsis when they do it, because at least Catharsis has heart. And different box sets and stuff like that. I don't know. They're just some weird, strange stuff that they've got on here. What's interactive? I forget what this one is. You could work on lyrics with the band. You could do studio sessions. I don't even know. I don't even get a lot of this, to be honest with you. But I just think it's unique that they've got all this stuff. Digital downloads of different things. Again, the concert we're watching is not available to buy here. If it was, I would buy it. You could probably hear my dog drinking water right now. I apologize for that. I'm not normally in this room when I do these videos for that reason specifically. I'm rambling again. I gotta shut up. Let's get back to the show here. Alright, I promised you Wings. Here's Wings. I'm going to do one more song after this. After this, we'll just do the closing song for the performance, and then we'll wrap this video up. This is already, I think, at least an hour long at this point. So here comes Wings.
Вернуться назад, чтобы собрать все знамена, стрелы, обломки мечей, вновь пережить вместе битву знаний и ночей.
Yeah, they've got balloons. I'm pausing it. Sorry. Balloons in the audience. Football, soccer type of shirts. None of this is very metal. But it kicks ass because it shows that they're not about the clothes or the cliches of metal. They're about catharsis. They're about their audience. They're about this. And all of that, it just transcends the heavy metal stereotypes and cliches. And I think that's just reflected in their fan base. Like I said earlier on, their fans are just normal, everyday, clean-cut looking people, young people. I like the fact that they've got this cohesive aesthetic for their band, a sincere aesthetic, and their fans are sincere fans as well. I don't know of any other metal band that has a fan base quite like this, or that is just honest and natural and normal with their fans without trying to be ultra mean or ultra goofy or ultra retro. The retro metal craze, everybody wants to sound like they're from the 80s now. Don't understand that at all. Anyways, I'm talking again. Gosh darn it, here we go. Alright, the next song is going to be the last one we listen to. This one is called Warrior of Light in English. And it's basically about the idea that we live two separate lives. One in reality on earth and one in our dreams. And the song is about taking the necessary risks to create a bridge between your earthly life and your dream life. And in doing so, merging your earthly life with your dreaming life. And that would make you into a warrior of light. That's my understanding. This will be the final song we listen to. So good. I don't know who's watching this video. My subscribers have increased since I started doing videos like this. So maybe someone who already knows about Catharsis will watch this, but I'd imagine most of you have no idea who they are. But hopefully you can appreciate them a little bit after seeing this, and appreciate the excellence in the performance and the recording and the production of this whole live concert. And the imperviousness, like I said at the beginning, it's an impervious excellence that the world around them is not phasing these guys in the slightest in this venue tonight. The audience doesn't care, the performers don't care, and they're just performing such excellent compositions and performing them excellently is all I could say. So I appreciate you watching this episode of Czar's Top Shelf. I haven't done one like this before. Maybe I'll do more. We'll see how this goes over. But thanks for watching, and I hope that I get to see you next week.